Okay. All right, we are live. This is another funny podcast, episode 17. I am your host, Big Lee. This is my co-host.
I'm Brittany. What's up?
What's going on, Brittany? How you been? It's been a little while.
Yeah, it's been a little while. You went out, to the West Coast and forgot all about us.
Nah. I
It
just
seemed
been busy.
like.
I just been busy. I'm officially a Portland resident. I moved into my apartment out here, so I've been busy signing leases, putting together furniture, still working.
Yeah.
My birthday was Monday. I drove out.
Yeah.
Yeah, 33 now. Drove out to the West Coast,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
put my feet in the Pacific Ocean. Lincoln City. Shout out to Lincoln City. Had some good food out there. Stayed
Okay.
out there all day. It was cold. It
It
was
was cold.
cold.
The water
Yeah,
was
it's
cold too.
the water was cold. The area was cold. It's so cold. It's so crazy to me because that beach is like 2 hours away from Portland, and it's like 25 degrees temperature difference. It was so
Mm-hmm.
insane to me. Like I left that beach and it was 65 degrees and then drove 2 hours to Portland and it was 90 degrees. And I was like,
Oh.
I was like, how, bro?
Like two
How is
hours
this
later, it's darker and everything.
two
And
hours? No, it was still, the sun was still shining, but it was just
okay.
like, I didn't need a jacket. Like I'm on the beach in a Columbia fleece and some jeans. And I'm like I had to take my shoes and socks off and roll my jeans up just to put my feet in the ocean, and the water hit my feet. I was like, yep, that's about it for me.
Yeah, you took a couple steps backwards. It was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good on
Like
that one.
that's about it. Then I sat out there and just like dug my feet in the sand to try to keep them warm, and had my jacket on. Was like, this is nice,
it,
but it's cold. Like it's
it was looking
cold.
at your black ass like you out of place. You ain't even
Yeah,
supposed to be here.
yeah. It wasn't a lot of white people though. A lot of Hispanic people was out
Okay.
there. But everybody had on jackets. Everybody had on jackets and everything. It was cold. It was
Yeah.
chilly. It wasn't cold. But yeah, I did that for my
Yeah.
birthday. Moved into my place, putting together stuff, doing comedy shows. I am
Okay.
the house comedian at Last Laugh Sundays, so I'll be there.
Ah,
Yeah, I'll
that's an
be there the
official
last
title.
Sunday. Right. Last
That's
Sunday
what's
of every
up.
month, y'all can catch me there. I think
Love
this
it.
Sunday is the 20. This month is the 28th. I think that's the last Sunday. But yeah, I'll plug that again at the end of the episode. What's been going on
Yeah.
with you?
Nothing much. I shot a wedding last was it? Nah, last weekend. Actually, I thought it was 2 weeks ago. Last weekend, it was cool. It was a lot different than some of the weddings I've done before in the past. But I was glad for it to be over with because a lot of it's just the prep work and all that. Getting to know them and getting your shot list and everything, and then it's go time. And after you're done, you're like, yes, okay, I did it. But other than that, nothing much. Been working, stepping out, trying to do something. I'll be outside this weekend, Broccoli City Festival. Although
Oh,
I don't know a lot of the performers. Like I don't even know one of the headliners. I think I know one of his songs, but I can't even call it if I wanted to. So we're gonna see. I'm just trying to be outside, try to do something. So we're gonna see how that's gonna go.
yeah. I'm trying to get back outside now that I got this housing situation straight. I'm trying to get my car out here first though. That is my next step. Getting my
So you can
car out
start
here.
riding around in the work van,
Right, so I can start
the
riding around in
family
a
van.
handicap accessible van. And I
Can't
mean,
pull no girls, no ladies with that.
I would like to have my own stuff. I was an only
Yeah.
child for 16 years. I always had my own stuff. I'm used to having my own stuff. I like to keep it that way.
Yeah,
To
it
be
makes you feel more
responsible for my own
comfortable.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm about to get back outside. The weather has been magnanimous out here. They think 90 degrees is hot. I'm like, shit, yeah, I should feel what they feeling back on the East Coast, bro.
Hey, it's about to be hot this week. It's about to be hot this week.
It's not.
Like I don't even know how I'm sitting here looking at I was looking on Amazon for the little Chinese like Asian inspired umbrellas. Something
Mhm,
to go with my cute outfit for this weekend because I hate the sun. So
mhm.
I need something cute to be blocking the sun this weekend because it's gonna be like 92 or something. This 90 over here is different than the 90 over here because
Yeah,
it's humid. It's dry over there, but it's
yeah.
humid
That's what I
here.
keep telling people. Like, I don't have any AC in my place. Like, there's no AC unit in here. I haven't really
Yeah.
needed it. It was in the 90s a couple days last week. I just went out and bought a fan, and I was okay. An AC would have been
Mm.
nice, but I was good
Mhm.
with just the fan. Uh,
Mhm.
and yeah, right
Yeah.
now I don't even have. I think I just got the window in my bedroom open. I don't have any other windows open. It's just cool in here. They
Yeah.
also have really really tall trees that block out the sunlight.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
realized that at my place and the last place I was staying at. Like when I'm like, yo, I could. You know the sun is up there beaming, but
Mhm.
these trees is taller than buildings.
Yeah. Well,
And
my
it's blocking that
friend
shit out.
who was out there in LA, well, West Coast, I mean, her apartment didn't have AC units either, but she got to the point where she had to buy just a unit for her bedroom because don't
Mm-hmm.
nobody want to sleep hot. But it was like a unit that they hooked up to the window.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what she used. I mean, she was only out there for maybe 2 years. You might not be out there long enough that it would be worth it, but I know I can't sleep hot. I
Yeah,
got to have that fan on and the AC running.
yeah. I got the option to rent a window unit, and
Okay.
if it comes to it, I will. But right now, I guess I'm just still used to that humidity over there.
Mhm.
Where it's like, bro, this ain't nothing. Trust me. Like I'm talking about from 7 in the morning till 9 p.m. You don't even want to
Right.
be outside, bro. You just
Right.
gotta be like, shit, I ain't going nowhere, nigga. You
Yeah.
talking about not till the sun go down? I'm not going nowhere.
Shit. And even then, it's just it's treacherous. Like
Yeah,
right
and
now, it's
then it's nighttime and it's muggy, and you know what I'm
right.
saying?
As soon as you step out 7 o'clock in the morning, god damn. Like what?
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't
I carry a
understand it.
jacket with me at nighttime
Yeah.
around here. Like
You have to.
I was out doing comedy Friday at a midnight mic. I didn't get home till after 3 in the morning. I had a jacket with me. I had a
Yeah.
hoodie on. No, I had a hoodie on.
That's the
So
one thing I say about the West Coast. I think a lot of people who haven't been to it don't understand. At nighttime, you need a jacket. I mean, shit,
yeah,
people are walking around with boots and stuff on. I don't know how they plan for the day because in the daytime you could be warm, and then at nighttime you got to bundle up.
yeah. I had like I wear shorts because I want to wear shorts, not because I need to wear shorts. Like I could just keep wearing sweats for real, for real. But every now and then it's
Absolutely.
like shit. I work out. I want to
Not
show off my
here. We're not
legs.
pulling out no sweats. Not
Hell no,
here.
not in no fuck, not no June, July. But here it's just like I want to show off my legs a little bit, so I'll wear some shorts. Or if I'm
Yeah.
going to the gym, I prefer to wear shorts going to the gym. I never
Yeah.
work out in sweats. If I'm wearing shorts and it's cold, I had a little compression pants under, and Tati calls them my leggings.
Mhm. They look like male leggings.
Yeah, I had them joints under the shorts, but I never work out in sweats. Yeah, but I'm enjoying the weather, man. It's real cool. Uh, who's that? You say you don't know anybody on the Broccoli Fest lineup?
I do know Jasmine Sullivan is headlining on Saturday. Brett, ooh, y'all gonna kill
Fayez.
me. Him, that one right
He
there.
is from
What
my
song does he
home.
sing?
Oh, he from my hometown, Columbia, Maryland, bro. We from the same place. That's my guy. I know this guy. It's like I don't
Okay,
know him,
so
but that's my
he's
guy.
headlining on Sunday, but I'm gonna be going home by the time he get on stage, so it don't even matter.
Oh.
Because it's gonna be too late. I think his set time was like 9 o'clock or something. No, I got to go.
Yeah, man, that's wild. Yeah, you a
I
mom
gotta
though, so I
go.
give you
Yeah, exactly,
that.
exactly. Who they got? Glorilla, Ice Spice, Lil
Boy,
Uzi
the
Vert,
youngins
Lil
love
Uzi
her.
Vert. They do, they do. We'll talk about all that later on when we get to the BET Hip Hop Awards. Not Hip Hop Awards, it felt like it, but BET Awards. Um, who else? Lola Brooke, the joint from New York.
Okay, I'm not that one. That's the first one that don't know who she is. All the
Damn, what's
other
the
people I'm
song?
familiar with.
She did a just forget it. That's because y'all. I'm just showing my age right now.
Yeah,
And
that's the
then
first. No, I am
yeah,
because that's the
I
first one
think
that I don't know.
I
I don't
think
know. I've
Lil
never
Uzi
heard
Vert
of a
is the
Lola
same
Brooke.
day as she sound like Foxy when she raps. She's short and she little.
I know damn well I don't know what she looks like. Like if you give me a song, I might like, oh yeah, I've heard that song, but I know damn well I
She
don't know
be
what she look like.
uh 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 uh.
Nah. No.
I forgot the damn song. All right, look. I have to. Maybe I can pull up some goddamn clips
I
from the
just don't be
BET
locked into
Awards
that.
because
It
she
just
actually performed on BET Awards. But maybe I'll get a clip or something I can show you real quick later
yeah.
on. But yes, a bunch of them that I don't know, and I'm just gonna be out there looking old as hell. But it's just a chance to be outside and to do something. But now it's gonna be hot as hell outside. If I had a chance to go back, I probably just would have bought a 1 day ticket. But they didn't start selling 1 day lock until recently. So they try to lock you into the 2 day tickets. And even with the 1 day tickets, it's not even worth it because it's only like $40 cheaper than a 2 day ticket. So you might as well just go get the 2 day ticket, at least go twice. So this is my first time going. I've never been in the past. I know all the times in the past they've had it. It pretty much rained. They had it on a certain weekend. I feel like around April, Mayish time frame, spring time frame, and it always rains. So this is the first time they're pushing it out to July. Now it's gonna be hot as hell.
Yeah, it's been like a heat wave around the whole country, which is so crazy.
Yeah. Well, at least you have to deal with the smoke from Canada, like we've been dealing with. So that's the
Not
thing.
yet.
It's been hot and muggy, and then you step outside, you're like, "Who is burning a fire?"
I haven't had to deal with the air quality that y'all been dealing with on the East Coast yet. I'm hoping that it doesn't come over here. I heard it hit Chicago, so I'm like, hey, that's enough. Stop
I
right
didn't know
there.
that. I didn't know that.
Stop right there.
But if there's fires in California, in Northern California,
Oh yeah,
you
we're gonna
very
get hit.
well, yeah. They just
Yeah,
haven't been none this year. I mean, maybe they've been burnt down as much as they could because they.
And I'm starting to notice when I was asking some of my drivers what should I do for my birthday, a lot of people were telling me not to go to Eastern Oregon because it's the Wild Wild West. And
Wild West, like
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like not for me. It's not for me out there. And also it's a lot of like trees and just like nature reservations and just like it's really nothing over there, to be honest. It's
national parks and stuff.
Yeah, national parks, just forests, mountains and stuff, and then like you might have like one little small city, and then it's just some more trees and shit. So it's really nothing over there to do unless you're into that nature reservation stuff. I'm not trying to get ate up by bobcats
and I
or
was
none
black,
of that shit.
I would probably stick to not Oregon, but I would, because you're on the West Coast, I would probably stick to the big ones, the big names like Yosemite, like go to the ones in California, Yosemite National Park, Lake Tahoe, stuff like that.
I'm scared of the wildlife. I want to do it, but I'm scared of the wildlife. I really am scared of the wildlife. Bobcats,
lions, tigers, and bears.
Yeah, all of that. Poisonous snakes, poisonous spiders, all of that. I am terrified to death of that. That I'm gonna get bit by something and be 2 hours away from a hospital, and I'm gonna just die on the way somewhere. So I'm an overthinker like that, though. I overthink all the damn time. So I know
I don't like bugs. I don't like nothing. So we just booked a vacation for our anniversary to Costa Rica, and it's not. I don't want to do beach. I'm tired of seeing beaches and stuff. So we're going to volcano. It's the Arno volcano, but it's like a rainforest and stuff, and they have sloths and monkeys and stuff all over the place. But I am worried about seeing snakes and spiders, and they got tons of poisonous frogs, and videos and stuff that I've watched.
Nah, can't see them.
Mosquitoes, I'm a big dude. And shit.
I'm 6'1". I'm looking up here.
Well,
a frog is down there. I can't see it.
The poisonous frogs got the brightest colors, so them the ones you stay away from. So you'll know.
Down like it's a certain level that I just don't see. It's like it's a certain level under me that I just don't pay attention to. I don't look down.
They gonna be at your height because they could be on the tree limbs and everything. Could be everywhere. Different.
Yeah, but then even still, I'm gonna run. I'm probably gonna run or something. I don't know. Yeah. I'm terrified of the wildlife situation. Like they don't be bothering me, so I don't want to bother them. Okay. That's why I only stick my feet in the ocean. I don't really get too far in the ocean for real. You won't see the water coming past my calves, bro. I swear you won't.
I'm not messing with the water. I'm not messing with the water. Hell, I don't even want to know if I want to go on a cruise or anything right now because the water is taking back everything. It's claiming everything.
I can swim, baby.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I can swim. I just I'm scared of fish and jellyfish and
you can swim to save your life in somebody else's, or
no,
is it like
fuck no, I can swim to save my life. I'm not gonna drown. You be damn sure I'm not gonna drown. You on your own, partner. You on your own, partner. But yeah, man, I'm scared of the ocean now. There's been a lot of crazy things going on with that. And I'm not getting in it.
Speaking of the ocean, I think everybody in the world knew what was going on, but just for those that might not know or don't know the full story, we talk about it a little bit. So Ocean Gate had made headlines after its Titan submersible went missing on June 18th, following a dive to visit the Titanic wreck. Background on the company: it was founded in 2009 by Stockton Rush, who was the CEO and also one of the passengers on board of the vessel. They had hosted Titanic expeditions for approximately $250,000. Now, I've heard other people pay less than, depending on, they just try to get a group together so they can all go down. So I say approximately that, but some have paid less. So supposedly the Titan was designed to go as deep as 4,000 meters in the ocean. And for those who don't know, the Titanic wreck sits at about 3,800 meters in the ocean. A CBS correspondent had noted that it was the only five-person sub that could reach the Titanic. The Titan was built to hold the one pilot and the four crew members. It also was built to hold approximately 96 hours of oxygen, but the same CBS correspondent had noted that it was never measured. So basically, it wasn't tested to see if it could actually hold that amount of oxygen. On its recent trip, it took a dark turn almost 2 hours after the vessel's dive, when it had lost communication with the sub's support vessel. The support vessel is named the Polar Prince. The Polar Prince and the sub communicated acoustically, to kind of, it's like send sound waves, and then those sound waves could be converted into text messages.
Mhm.
So unfortunately, on Thursday, June 22nd, the U.S. Coast Guard had announced that there was a debris field, and the debris field was consistent with an implosion. The passengers who perished on the vessel were British Pakistani businessmen. I don't want to mess up nobody's name. I'm gonna try my best. Shahzada Dawood and his son Suleiman Dawood, British billionaire Hamish Harding, Titanic expert Paul Henry Nargilette, and then also Stockton Rush, the CEO of OceanGate. So when you first heard of the story of submersible going down to the Titanic and its disappearance, what did you think?
There was no doubt in my mind that they were dead.
I'm
Was,
sorry.
I'm just like, bro, let's be realistic, bro. Like, I like to live in, like, you know what I'm saying, reality.
Uh-huh.
It was no doubt in my mind that they did not even make it to the bottom, and that they were, it was an implosion. I felt that they should have just came out and told the family that,
Mhm.
and you
Mhm.
know, they might not have had to tell us that. It's none of our
Mhm.
business, but they could have went ahead and told the family that, hey, you know, yeah, you know, that they're gone.
Mhm.
But you know, when you play around with your life like that, that's what happens. It's just an
Mhm.
unfortunate tragedy. It's an unfortunate incident. Unfortunate incidents happen all the time, and they don't make
Yeah.
the news. So this
Yeah.
one happened to make the news because they were billionaires, but
Definitely like to send my condolences to the family members of those who perished in it.
yeah.
Um So, with that being said, there was a RTM, which is a real time health monitoring system that was on board of the Titan.
Mhm.
And according to OceanGate, it says that the system is able to analyze the effects of changing pressure on the vessel as the submersible dives deeper, and it can accurately assess the integrity of the structure.
Mhm.
The website had also added that the onboard health analysis monitoring system provides early warning detection for the pilot, and that he would have enough time to in the descent that they can safely return to the surface. But in this situation, we said that that was not the case, because there has been an unproven transcript going around on the internet. I don't know if you had a chance to see it, but
Yeah.
it's a transcript supposedly between the submersible and the support ship about 20 minutes before they had lost communication. Well, actually, the transcript shows from the time they actually started the dive,
Mhm.
but you can see where the issues came, um, about 20 minutes before they had lost communication. And I'm going to see if I can just share it and try to read through some of it, because it's crazy.
Yeah, it is actually. It's kind of scary. I feel like you could flip that into like a horror movie or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's coming. It
Okay.
looks like it's coming up.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So about 9:28. So they took a dive around like 7:58 in the morning, and around 9:28, this is from the Titan, and then you see the Polar Prince as a support ship. It says we're noting an alarm on the RTM, which is the real-time health monitoring system. And before this even started, the alarm started going off. They were descending too fast, and the support ship had asked, "Hey, do you want to basically pull back on your velocity? Because we think you're going too fast?" And Stockton Rush said, "No, we're enjoying the ride." You can see that up top. And then at that point, when the alarm started going off, he said, "Okay, we're reducing velocity. Descent depth is 34, 33." So it was pretty close to the Titanic because, again, the Titanic is around 3,800 meters below the surface. Polar Prince understood. "Do you need to ascend?" He said, "No change with the thrust rate of the descent is increasing." So they're constantly descending faster. Going to release the ballast now. Stand by. The support ship, yes, agree, release the ballast. Titan from Stockton Rush, no improvement, preparing to jettison the frame. The frame is a piece of the submersible that allows it to, I guess, sit on its docking. It's like a little docking system that when they drop it in the water, they can release it. And then it can kind of get back on it to bring it all the way to the surface. Polar Prince, affirmative, update when able, RTM indicator status. So they jettisoned the frame and they were starting to ascend. Then the Polar Princess was asking, "Okay, give us a status." And at 9:38 from the Titan, he said, crackling sounds at aft. They asked, "Can you identify the source?" RTM indicator status. Negative, meaning he couldn't identify the source. RTM status, trying to run diagnostics, ascending now, but very slowly. Sounds have been subsided, meaning that time sounds had went away. Global RTM alert active, all red. So I'm sure there's probably multiple different systems and I guess sensors, and all of them were red at this time. At 9:42, understood. Any codes, depth, ascend rate. Polar Prince, update when available, please. Titan, slow ascent in progress. Quarter predicted. Unclear why rate is so small. So they dropped everything and they still are ascending at a slow rate. No indicator at 3476. So they haven't even gone anywhere but a couple meters. Aiming for the surface. Polar Prince, we're taking it over with the engineer. Stand by. Depth and status, please. What's the wattage on upward thrust? Titan, reading red on the A bus, switch to B. 3457. So they progress about 20 meters in a couple minutes. And then he said, "More sounds aft. Understood. Continue ascent. We're activating recovery procedures." And then at that time, Polar Prince, "We're not receiving you. Update, please." And then they reached out again. Status depth report. And then there was some further on communications to the Titan. But again, at that time, they had already lost communication. So, yeah. So
yeah, that sounds like a good horror movie script or something like that.
yeah, I
Sounds
wouldn't
like
be surprised.
Stephen King can write that up or something.
I don't think James Cameron would do it, but
Yeah, I don't know who's a good horror. I mean, my guy, Jordan Peele, my guy,
that might be
he can
it.
write up something like that. But yeah, that's what that sounds like. It's unfortunate though. But I just think, unfortunate things happen all the time. And these people put themselves in a really bad situation that didn't turn out too good for them.
Could they ever pay you any amount of money to go down there?
No, I just told you. If you ever see the ocean water come past my calves, it's a problem. It's not going to go past my calves. I don't care where
You
I'm
won't
at.
even go scuba diving or snorkeling?
I'm not interested. I'm just not interested. I'm not interested. I'm sorry. It's just not my thing. I'll go to the beach, sit out on the beach, put my feet in the water, maybe sit down, let the water run up, something like that. But I'm not out there swimming with the fishes, man. Take me to a pool if you want me to swim. Yeah. Take me to a pool. I got a pool in my neighborhood now. I done moved on up. I can go out there and swim. But yeah,
Somewhere
back
that's a
on.
little bit more safe and understood. There's lifeguards on duty if
And
I
it
need one.
ain't no animals out there, ain't no currents. I got another fear that I'm gonna get swept away in a current. Nobody's
Yeah,
ever gonna see me again.
yeah,
Yeah, nah, I'm good. I can have, take me to the pool, have me a couple beers and a water gun out there. We good.
yeah.
We having
Yeah,
some fun.
it's just unfortunate, like you said, in a crazy situation that I'm a researcher and I don't understand how them folks got all the money in the world, but didn't think to even research the company. This was only the third dive to the Titanic,
Mm-hmm.
and it was multiple attempts that were made before, some 2-3 weeks before the situation happened. And a lot of them were failed attempts. Either they lost communication, the weather was bad, there was other issues, but I don't understand why you would even put your life at risk for
I think
something that it wasn't even proven. And then, I mean, I don't know how much you know about like the structure and integrity of the stuff, but it's made out of carbon
carbon
fiber
fiber.
hull,
Mm-hmm.
which is what they use for aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I work with aircraft. Aircraft are in space. There's not really no pressure. It's made to keep pressure inside,
Mm-hmm.
not on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have things that go underwater where there's water pressure.
Yeah. Also,
Submarines, they're made out of steel.
they said the pressure wasn't evenly distributed because it was a tube shape and wasn't a sphere, so that the pressure
Mm.
wasn't easily distributed. It wasn't easily distributed around if it
Mm-hmm.
was a sphere as it was if it was a tube. So
Yeah.
that's some other and everything they were saying makes sense. The carbon fiber
Mm-hmm.
thing, I am familiar with
Mm-hmm.
carbon fiber. I believe they make some type of bulletproof vest or something out of
Mm-hmm.
carbon fiber and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
familiar with that. My stepdad was a big gun guy. So I'm
Yeah.
familiar with carbon fiber and that aspect of it. And when I heard that the thing was made out of carbon fiber, I was like, I don't know if that's good to go in the water. I thought, I don't know. I just knew at that point in time, I had only known carbon fiber to be used in bulletproof vests. I'm sure it was using something else, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know, and I was like, okay, bulletproof vest and water. I don't understand how it goes
Mm-hmm.
together. Come to find out,
Yeah.
I was correct. Carbon fiber
Yeah.
isn't really what should have been using. But
Nah, absolutely not.
hey, lessons is learned out here, and it's just how it is, bro. It's just the world. That's just the world. These recent Supreme Court decisions that are going to take us back to the 50s, or are they? Or are they? I don't know. I like this one decision, especially about affirmative action. I wish my grandmother was still here so I could ask her about, because she had a
Mm-hmm.
lot of interesting views on things like this. But um, so the Supreme Court made a few controversial decisions in the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Some would say these decisions are taking us back to the 50s. The first is affirmative actions in colleges. The court ruled that race conscious admission policies at private and public institutions were unlawful. Next, the court ruled that this is a topic that we've been following really closely on the podcast. But next,
Mm-hmm.
the court ruled that the Biden's administration planned to write more than $400 billion in student loan debt was not authorized by Congress. Lastly, the court decided in favor of a Christian web designer in Colorado who refuses to celebrate same-sex weddings out of religious objection. Some think this may be the start of a bunch of cases seeking to further take away civil rights in the United States. So, Brittany, what do you feel about these decisions? Is this taking us back to the good old days, or are some of these decisions not that bad?
I think I'll start with the affirmative action one. So I think first and foremost, most of society does not understand what affirmative action is. They think, oh, they just let the niggas up in here. Like they're saying, hey, we're just gonna let you in here, but you don't have to qualify to get in here. That is not the case.
Right.
So, for example, with Harvard and some of the other legacy colleges, you still had to qualify. So they had all these qualifications before they even got to the race factor. It's like 5 or so different qualifications based on test and, SAT scores, whatever grades. Oh, I don't know, probably writing up some essays, all this other kind of stuff. And then out of that bunch, then they say, okay, well, let's look at race and make sure that we don't have any less than what we had in the past or the year before. So it's like, oh, we just got to make sure we're meeting this marker. We're not going backwards when it comes to inequality and diversity. It has nothing to, we have to meet this quota. And if that is the case, if they have this bunch of people and it's like, all right, well, out of this, we know we need this many people, you know, of color to be admitted so that we are still on track with our numbers from last year. That is exactly what it is. And I think a lot of people think they're just, oh, they don't have to be qualified to go. They're just accepting them and letting them into school, unqualified, whatever. To caveat, the legacy, issue is a big one
I think that's
because a
worse.
lot of those are unqualified.
Let's be
You
real.
have about
Bush Jr. wouldn't been going to where the fuck he went if
he was a
wasn't for
C
his
he was a
dad.
C he was a C student and he was a C student
That nigga was stupid.
and about 40% of the emissions are of legacy emissions. Of that 40% of the emissions are legacy emissions. 75% of those do not qualify. So it's like, oh, we got 40%, their legacy, we got to get you in here. But of that 40%, 75% of them wouldn't even qualify to go there in the first place had they had not been a part of the legacy. So, yeah, it's BS. But we got how many HBCUs? 106. We got a bunch of them. We got a bunch of them. And I took my black ass to a HBCU. You took your black ass to one.
Two.
Yeah. So that's where, and I felt like I belonged. And I definitely was Morgan made. And at this day and age, I don't even think it matters. I don't even think it matters because a lot of those folks that went to Harvard and some of these other Ivy League
about on there.
Yeah. Liar. A whole liar. He just lied about everything. Hell, I could go lie. But even with that being said, a lot of them that are a part of the legacy ones, like the Bushes and the rest of them, they can't even survive in the professional field. They don't even, they're not even smart enough to even survive once they get this quote unquote degree that's been handed to them. So, you know what? It didn't even make me mad. It's kind of like, it's expected. Same thing, student loan. It's expected.
Right. Yeah, the affirmative action thing, I mean, some people may think that may not like my opinion, but I don't like to be somewhere where I'm not wanted. If you don't want me there, all you gotta do is tell me that you don't want me there and I won't be there. That's just I'm just that type of guy. So if I feel like if they don't want us in their schools and we got our own schools, then shit, we need to go to our own schools. And when I say
we talked about that before,
I mean that on a super large scale to our athletes, to our teachers and scientists and coaches and all of that. LeBron James need to send Bronny Jr. to Howard.
Absolutely.
And when Keon Anthony is old enough to go to college, that little nigga need to go to Clark, Atlanta, or somewhere.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Because I bet if we started moving our athletes and those to our HBCUs, then there would be, oh no, come on.
right. And I know everybody, HBCUs they don't have the funding and they don't have the
well, we know why.
Well, yeah, we can't get it like this. Like, there's no way that we can get it without having those athletes or those type of stars come to our schools. So yeah, we just need to bottom line stick together. I don't think it should be law. Like I'm against it being law, but I feel like if you go somewhere and they tell you that you don't want to be, that they don't want you there, then they got the right to say that. And if you choose to stay there and be uncomfortable, then that's just on you.
And there's some of them that have been talking about their experiences at Ivy League schools, and it's like they were uncomfortable. Okay,
that's on you.
You chose to stay.
Stay there and be uncomfortable. Like, if you feel like that Ivy League degree is worth you being uncomfortable, then that's it. They have proven that they don't want you there, and that's that. I went to 2 HBCUs. Shout out UMES. Shout out Bowie State. It was love there. I felt love from my teachers, from my administrators. They were patient. I felt like that that I could relate to them, that they could relate to me. I got a lot of stories about really cool administrators from both schools and teachers from both schools. So it's like, that's where I felt welcome at. That's where I felt at home. That's where I decided to go. Now, as far as the student loan thing, I mean, I guess we kind of knew this too, right? We knew this.
Mm-hmm.
We knew this was coming.
Yeah, they just went ahead and like whooped our ass before the holiday weekend. Not
Yeah.
that we were celebrating Independence Day,
Right.
July 4th, but
Right.
they were like, here, right before we take our long summer break. But yeah, with student loan,
We kind
yeah,
of knew that.
I knew that too. And then I kind of did do some research and reading on that as well. That some of the things I came across that the Supreme Court even wasn't in a position to even rule on that. And
Mhm.
I think they ruled in the 6-3 or something like that. But yeah, so it's what
Yeah.
it is.
When I learned that you can't even file bankruptcy on student loans, that's when I was like, the forgiveness sounds crazy because even the wealthy, you know what I'm saying, file bankruptcy for everything and just get out of it. So they can't even do that
Mm-hmm.
on student loans. That sounds a little wild.
Mm-hmm.
But there
I
we
think
are.
they did change that law though recently with a lot of the changes that the Department of Education has been doing. I think you can now claim student loans. Don't
As
quote me,
bankruptcy?
y'all, but I think yeah,
I
I think
hope
a
so.
part of I think that was something that Biden administration and then the SEC of education were working on. So
Yeah, that would be. I
I'll
mean,
come back with that.
I guess. But so when do you know the date that they got to start that we have to start paying back?
Yeah, I'm about to say you better be
we
oh
start
yeah.
paying.
So interest will start occurring again back in September, and then your first payment should be due sometime in October.
Boom.
So y'all need to be checking and logging in the last year or two. A lot of the student loans have been transferred to other providers and servicers. So a lot of people thinking that their student loans have been forgiven, and they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
There were situations where some had their student loans forgiven, whether it was public student loan forgiveness, whether they would discredited or something by their school. They went to some little janky old school. But most of us, they're just been transferred to a new servicer.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to find out who your new servicer is and get that information. The Biden administration, I don't know if you are aware, with the Secretary of Education, is rolling out a new income driven repayment plan. It's called the SAVE plan. Save on a valuable education. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. That's off the top of my head.
That's a very
So
questionable name.
save. Okay.
Or the
So
valuable education part is what's questionable to me. But
right. Is it valuable though? Hey,
hey,
mine is. I
some
don't know about everybody else's, but
some would argue.
some would argue mine paid out. Okay.
But
But yeah, so that's what that is, and that's supposed to be rolling out. So right now, if you're enrolled in the revised pay as you earn, the REPAYE plan, you will automatically switch over to the SAVE plan. If not, you have time to enroll in the revised pay as you earn plan until up until the student loans repayment start. But I will say check to see what you're enrolled in now. For me, I'm enrolled in the pay as you earn, not the revised pay as you earn. And I will not be switching to save plan until next year when I have to recertify. Because right now, my student loan payments only gonna be like $200 something because they basing it off of before I was married.
mm-hmm.
If I switch to the save plan now, they're gonna want to see my extra income. I need that year time frame next July of these $200 something payments before I start paying a little bit more. But I already did my calculations. There's a website I could probably plug in at the end because I am that type of researcher where it broke down all of the new plans, and you can put in the calculation, you can put your interest rate, how much you owe, when you started repayments, and it told me, based on this is how much you'll pay over time. This is how much you'll be forgiven, blah, blah, blah. I am attempting to get mine forgiven with public student loan forgiveness, though. So I ain't worrying about none of that. They ain't going to get it all.
Yeah.
But they got a couple more years from me.
They're going to have to find me. I'm about to get some type of new identification like Angela Davis or some shit. But
yeah, you got to leave the
shave
country.
my beard.
But
I realize if I shave my beard, I might, get away with some shit. It's gonna be hard. Like I would have to shave every 4 or 5 days because this shit grows back fast. This is only a week. I was bald. I shaved on my birthday. I shaved on July 3rd on my birthday. This is a week later, so less than a week later. Monday will be a week. Tomorrow will be a week. So I didn't shave my beard, but I shaved my head on my birthday.
Your hair don't look bad for a week though.
Uh,
It don't look bad. But yeah, you gonna have to come up with all that money.
I don't have it.
Start,
I don't have no money.
start.
I'm broke.
You better start putting it into a budget sheet or something.
Come
Try
up
to
off
plan
that money
out.
like I got. Like
You
I
gonna
got
have to
money.
come. Yeah.
Man,
So
look.
that's why I just say go ahead and look into it and see what it's looking like, and just make sure you're prepared because we ain't get nothing.
And then the last one with the guy, so there was a wedding designer who refused to do who refused to put these. I guess he refused to do websites for people because of they were same sex weddings, and the Supreme Court ruled in his ruled in his favor. Now the problem with this is they feel like in the future this may come down on other businesses like restaurants and other things, and it might actually end up taking us back to segregation days or whatever. I don't think it'll get this bad, but then like I said before, all you got to do is tell me you don't want me here, man, or you don't want to do something for me.
I'm not gonna spend my money with you,
right? Like I don't understand it. I don't understand.
But I can see what they're saying though, as far as like discrimination.
I can see how it could get out of hand. I don't think it would, but I can see how it could. I definitely. I think I can see how it could.
Yeah.
That's further down the road, though, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? They might start implementing some Jim Crow laws or some shit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I see that. That's why I don't think it. I don't think it will get that bad. But who knows? Who really knows?
Well, they are shocking the hell out of me. We all know who stacked the Supreme Court. So
yeah, and look, I don't like that. I don't like that. That elections matters, concept, because Obama had a chance to put people in office, put people in the Supreme Court, and they just took that shit from him for no reason. Like I don't even, at least for me, I still don't understand why his opportunity to put the person in the Supreme Court was taken away from him. So. And Lord knows we got out there and voted for Obama both times. And so, I don't like that elections matter thing. We voted for Obama. He had the opportunity to put somebody in the Supreme Court, and they just took that shit from him for some strange reason. And then we didn't vote for
I'm
Trump.
have to read up on that.
And then Trump had the opportunity to put 3 in. And so I don't like that concept. We voted. You feel me? Damn it. We voted. We got screwed again. That's all. That shit was. We got
I don't like the concept that they're there for life. Like, what type of old school shit is that? And I think the only way that you can actually change or implement a age limit or term limit, not an age limit, because that would probably be some age discrimination. A term limit would be to amend the Constitution. And then we know what that has to take, an act of damn near God to amend the Constitution. Right. So
also that old, I forgot the RGB should have left. She should have left. You feel me? A long time ago. So if she would have left, then that would have been another opportunity for somebody that we voted for to put somebody in there. So I don't like that shit. You feel me? Not to say not to discourage voting. Definitely go vote. Vote for who you want to vote for. But don't feel like don't feel like because you didn't vote or that you voted for Trump that this is your fault that these decisions are being handed down, because Obama did have a chance to put somebody in there, and I don't know, maybe somebody else can explain to me why his opportunity was taken away from him, but he just wasn't allowed to do it for some strange reason. Big night for the culture last week, right?
I guess.
It used to be really big. I used to really watch these award shows back in the day, bro. I don't watch them very much anymore. It used to be.
Okay.
Domestic violence at your award show, that's crazy.
I forgot about that.
Domestic violence at the award show is crazy.
Let me get to the script first, because I forgot all about that situation. That's right. You just damn. And it's funny because it just slipped my mind. So the 2023 BET Awards aired on Sunday, June 25th from the Microsoft Theater in LA. The show honored the 50th anniversary of hip hop and delivered performances from acts new and old. So some of the current artists like Doechii, don't know who that is. Nope. Glorilla, Ice Spice, Lil Uzi Vert, they took the stage, as did some legends, Big Daddy Kane, Warren G, Yo-Yo, and then some of the 2000 artists Ja Rule, Remy Ma. Also, I forgot to mention Sugar Hill Gang and Master P.
Yin
That's
Yang
to name
Twins
a
was there,
few.
right?
Yeah, Yin Yang Twins. There was so basically how they grouped it into segment segment.
And that song wild as shit, bro.
Okay, so when it came on, Nadia heard it right because she knew what's his name, Bryson Tiller had did the like sampled the beat and
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and so when Bryson Tiller had sampled the beat when he was in the car, I was like, this is. I have to introduce her to like where these songs sample from. Now, it was the edited version. I'm not
I was
going
about
to
to say that's
play
a
the.
wildly
That's a
inappropriate song, bro.
it was wildly inappropriate when we was in high school listening
Yes.
to it when the joint came out.
Hell
So,
yeah.
absolutely, I agree. But I had to let her know. So when she heard it, she was like, "Oh yeah, mommy, I remember this song, the Whisper song." But yeah, so what they did was they kind of grouped it into segments. You had your West Coast segment, you had your Atlanta segment, and then they like did like the Soldier Boy segment with all the like the popular dances. Who else? The Stanky Leg. What else was like some of the Atlanta dances that was going on? Oh, Swag and Surf. So they
Mm-hmm.
had all those come, and then you had your New York, and that was your Big Daddy Kane. And that was like the originals, and they had some of the newer artists as well. Master P, No Limit. Did they not? I don't think they had nobody from Cash Money. Mm-mm.
I didn't.
No, I don't think they did.
Uh-uh. Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
Juvie had a Tiny Desk though. That was hard.
Okay, yeah, I did watch some of that, but oh yeah, but let me continue. So Coco Jones, oh, she's gonna be at
Fine.
Broccoli City. She is fine, but she gonna be at Broccoli City. See, I couldn't remember everybody.
She
Coco
fine.
Jones, who won the Best New Artist Award.
Did she?
Some of the she did. One of the big highlights of the night, especially for me, was Offset and Quavo. They united it on the stage to honor their fellow Migos member Takeoff during their performance. So that was nice because we know all the drama that's been going on with them. So it was good to see them on stage. Patti LaBelle, she led a tribute to the late Tina Turner.
Mm-hmm.
Marlon Wayans and Swiss Beats, they presented Busta Rhymes with this year's Lifetime Achievement Award. We are getting old if Busta is getting a Lifetime Achievement Award.
33 now. You'll be 33 next
um,
month.
yeah, but next month. He did deliver a moving speech and then later perform some of his biggest hits. But did you get to see any of the other performances?
I just watched the hip hop segment and the Tina Turner segment. That's all. A lot of these new artists I'm not familiar with. I'm not like no, I'm not familiar with them or their music. I don't look. Here's my thing with the new music. I don't want to seem like that old, oh, you not hip guy. I have a little
I
sister. She's
know.
16. I don't want to get to talking trash about her music. It's like, oh, you're just old. Da, da, da. So it's like, I don't criticize the music. I just say I'm not familiar with it. That's what I'll say. I'm not familiar with it. But yeah, I'm not familiar with a
You
bunch of
can
those new artists.
criticize it.
And I don't support domestic violence either. So we're not going to encourage
Yeah.
that. Uh, but yeah, I watched the hip hop joint. I am a big fan of Busta Rhymes, so I watched that. I had to watch my
Mm-hmm.
mans do that, and hip hop is my favorite form of music. So shout out to that. Tina Turner grew up listening to her in Riri's house, so
Mm-hmm.
big fan of her. It was good to see them show love to her. Rest in peace, her.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that was all I really caught. And then all
I
the
watched as
Takeoff and
much as
Quavo
I
thing too.
could. Okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
Migos thing.
watched as much as I could, but a lot of the new artists I did not know.
Mm-hmm.
And Nadia ass dancing and I'm like, how do you know this song? TikTok, TikTok,
Yeah.
TikTok. But she really wanted to see Ice Spice perform, and it was just dry. But okay. Whatever Lotto perform. So here's the thing, like what I didn't understand, okay, I guess what I didn't prefer with the BET Awards. Normally, when artists were performing, they're not these one hit wonders. And I'm not saying Ice Spice got a couple records out, Lotto got a couple records out, but normally when they perform like their biggest record that's been out in like the last year.
Mm-hmm.
So Lotto perform, Put It on the Floor. Like that's not even charting. And we'll talk about Billboard records in a little bit. Like that's not even charting. I feel like the other one, Big Energy, should have been. I mean, maybe she performed it last year. I don't know. Or some other award show. I feel like she did, but like that was her big song, her commercial song. That's probably what should have been performed. What's the Glorilla had performed? And she performed.
I've
I don't
never
know,
heard
but
of
it's a
these songs,
sample.
bro.
It's a sample. It is a sample. song to a song that we know. So I just don't know. But she performed it, and again, it's not even a song that's really charting. It's just something that she released. So I felt like they just picked out whatever the popular artist. Hell, what's the little Benzino daughter name?
Oh, Coil Ray.
Yeah, she performed.
Mm-hmm.
She got some songs, but they're all TikTok bops. They're not really radio plays or nothing like that. So she performed a song. You know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't want to be like that old unhip dude. But
Yeah. But it was exciting to see, I guess, the celebration of the 50th anniversary of hip hop, because a lot of those artists, it was good to see them perform.
Yeah, good to see them still in good health and stuff. Like people like Warren G and Busta Rhymes
Keith
as
Murray.
well. Yeah, Keith Murray.
He looked good.
Yeah, people like that.
A lot of people talk about him.
We've been losing a lot of legends in the hip hop game, so it's good to see some of these guys in really good health and everything.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I definitely enjoyed that. Definitely enjoyed that.
So speaking of, you don't want to
the fall off of hip hop.
You don't want to. Yeah. Well, okay. Now you're calling it a fall off, but you just said you didn't want to.
Wait, first of all, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. And so what's the numbers?
Okay. Okay. So hip hop has experienced an unusual drought through the first half of 2023. We are in July now, and yeah, so we're kind of going into the second half of 2023. No hip hop song or album has reached number one on the Billboard Hot 100 or Billboard 200 charts. Last year, there were about 6 artists who reached this, and just a couple of their albums that Pusha T's "It's Almost Dry," Future's "I Never Liked You," and Kendrick Lamar's "Mr. Morale" and the Big Steppers. Some of them. Oh, Tyler the Creator's also his LP "Call Me If You Get Lost." Yep. Had charted. And then as for songs, it was Jack Harlow's "First Class." That's been playing everywhere. Goddamn, anything you can put it on, movies, shows, whatever.
I don't think I'm familiar with that one, but maybe I got to hear it. Maybe I heard it and just didn't know the name of it.
It's sample Fergie's
I definitely never heard
Glamorous.
That. Yeah, I never heard that. I would have known it because I know that song. I know that Fergie song. So if I would have heard it, I would have been like, oh yeah, that's a Fergie.
Not that you was playing it, like put that shit on, but I think you would have heard it by now.
Yeah,
but that, and then Future, Drake, and Tim's "Wait for You" commanded the top spot of the Hot 100. I wanted to share a clip of Charlemagne from The Breakfast Club. They were actually talking about this, and Charlemagne kind of came up with what I thought was a perfect reasoning behind what the hell is going on.
I have a theory about this, right? I think it's a few reasons. I think number one, everybody's too busy chasing algorithms. Like folks don't care about creating something that has real value. All they care about is going viral. And I hear people on the come up talk about how to make their content go viral online more than I hear them discuss whether or not their content is actually good. And when some of these artists are blessed enough to sign to a label, the label isn't doing anything but chasing algorithms too. Like labels don't attempt to develop these artists anymore because they're too busy, chasing those algorithms that are for the moment. The second reason I think that is the case is that so many of these artists have abandoned radio. Like a lot of them think they don't need it anymore and the internet is enough. But if you have to have a presence online and in the mainstream, because the reality is online fans are super fickle and they will love you today and not care about you tomorrow. But getting constant radio play keeps you in people's ears and it keeps you in the conversation. And then when you build a great library of music that people are gravitating towards online and radio, then you can have some longevity, and then you can go touring, and those things get you real fans, not the fly-by-night fans nobody cares about after that don't care about you after the viral moment is come and gone.
Yeah. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an artist. I'm not a musical artist. I don't know the route to success, but I will say that I feel like a lot of people are chasing that viral moment. I'll say that about everybody though, not just rappers or hip hop artists. Everybody's chasing that viral moment. Everybody seems to equate followers with money. You got a lot of followers. Oh, this person must have a lot of money. Look, bro, I know that people that
it's like herd behavior.
I know comedians that got 300K followers that's working at the Walmart on Georgia Avenue. So Let's just throw that out there. But yeah, so that's the bad part. But I do miss the days where people would put out quality albums and you could put it in, you could turn it on and listen to it multiple times. You know, shit. I want to put out a couple albums that I've been had on rotation that came out this year. Fat Trail, one of them. I'm a DMV person, so I'm always going to put on anybody from the DMV. But yeah, let me pull up my Spotify real quick. Boom.
And why you do that, I think that's a point that I wanted to talk about too, was because I think there's misconceptions that like out there in society that hip hop songs have been going and albums have been going number one because we see so much stuff on the internet all the time about, oh, this one is number one spot on Apple Music, or this one is number one. And literally it's a small clip of like, it could be number one for a day. And somebody has screenshot it and sent it, and it's all across the internet as if that is the Billboard. We know Billboard trumps whatever Spotify and Apple streaming services are saying. That has nothing to do with how they actually calculate when it comes to the Billboard Hot 100 and 200 charts.
Right, because a lot of these times when it comes to streaming numbers, a lot of these times people can just have what I believe they call them like streaming farms or something, where they just have like a bunch of devices streaming people's songs over and over again, and that can run up the number. Yep. So yeah, Billboard definitely trumps all of that. Real quick, three albums that I've had on repeat this year with one, Currency Vices, Fat Trail, Nightmare on East Street 2. Y'all might not like that. That might just be a DMV thing, but whatever. And then, hold on, I believe it was one of those Griselda boys. Yeah, Conway the Machine, Won't He Do It? Those three albums right there that I've had on repeat. I don't think hip hop is going away. I just think that we are. I also think that we're in this weird moment where we're consuming media in a different way, and we're trying to figure out how to adapt to it. And when we do, we're going to see a surge in media all around, because ESPN just laid off 20 prominent people, and I feel like it's a shift in media coming. And after that happens, it's going to be like it's going to be a resurgence of all types of media, podcasts, music, TV shows, all of that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
but
surprised.
I think it's going to be a push on quality versus quantity. And I think kind of when we came out of the pandemic, that's just what everything was doing. Everybody was just getting stuff out there. Why you can't go, this is popular, so go ahead and do this podcast. Okay, this is popular. Go ahead and drop these albums. Oh, you got more stuff in the, in the vault. Okay, put it on something else and drop it again. I think that it has to be a push towards quality over quantity.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely does. And that's but that like you said in the during the pandemic, a lot of people had a lot of time on their hands. So media, I feel like back then media was being consumed more than it is now. People actually got work to do now, so they can't just sit in the house and listen to 30 podcasts all day long. You feel me? So yeah, but hip hop ain't dead. It's not going away. We just got to find a way to put out better music, I suppose, and better artists, and stop getting our artists killed. Protect our artists.
Yeah, I read that. I read that Billboard, I think, came out with some probable reasons on why there hasn't been a number one, and that was one of the reasons they was talking about our artists being killed, which is crazy. So,
lastly, a little bit of celebrity gossip. You got the clip, Keke Palmer? She was,
I don't know the clip, but I might be able to get the clip.
She had a little fun with Usher.
Tell me.
A little moment with Usher. Usher sung to Keke Palmer, and they're not married yet. Her boyfriend had something to say on social media afterwards.
Her boyfriend at the time, because I don't think they're together.
Yeah, I don't think they're together no more. He criticized her publicly about her dress. I don't really have the exact tweet because I don't really like to get into relationship business like this, but it seems like everybody all over social media was getting into it. So I do have an opinion on it. Yeah, it's real interesting, man. It's real interesting that we live in a day and age where, um, you know, Shorty can throw her phone at somebody's face.
Okay, I think I found a clip. Let me go ahead and share the clip.
And everybody could cheer her on, but my man's can't say something. Don't take your girl to the Usher show. Like, no, I ain't gonna say that. Take your girl to the Usher show. Don't let her go by her damn self. Pull up on me.
Just stupid.
Yeah, man. What you think about that? Is that you married? You're married.
Ooh,
Is that something you would have
me.
done? Is that
Hold
something
on,
you
don't
would have
start
done?
with me. Let me hear your opinion first.
Hey, look. I feel like everything doesn't have to be. Everything doesn't have to be like like a violent interaction. I guess it don't have to be like that. If my wife is okay with another man touching, or my girlfriend, whatever, is okay with another man touching her like that, then that's fine. That's his girlfriend. That ain't my girlfriend. Simple as that. She would have came home. I would have been gone. It would have been simple. It's no need, because you know what I'm saying. I don't feel like I have to explain that to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like I got to sit down and explain to you that is not okay for me to wake up in the morning and see another man rubbing all on you, singing to you. I don't think that's okay. Now, I don't feel like that
Usher wasn't rubbing on her. But go
he
ahead.
touched her. Don't touch. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't.
He did.
He didn't.
He had the hand around the waist like this. Like
he had a towel. He wasn't even gripping her.
Don't.
So you didn't pay attention to the clip. You didn't pay attention to the clip.
Don't. No.
I'm not saying that Kiki wasn't wrong. I didn't get there yet. But what I'm saying is, what you're not gonna do is say that Usher was rubbing on her, because that's not what Usher was doing.
Don't get that close to my girlfriend, or that's your girlfriend. Now,
no, I don't even think it was Usher. I think you're placing blame on the wrong person.
No, I'm saying I don't think what I wouldn't have done what the boyfriend did either. I wouldn't have came out and wrote. I wouldn't have wrote nothing on social media.
So he tweeted.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put nothing on social media. When she came home,
had that clip.
We would have had a talk, and then that probably just would have been the end of our relationship after that. I wouldn't have put nothing on social media, though. I do feel like he was wrong and actually kind of corny for doing that, to be honest.
Definitely. That's why they tore his ass up. But so he had retweeted the video that I just showed, and the tweet said, "It's the outfit, though, your mom." And then Black Twitter had a frenzy with that. And then he followed up with a tweet. He said, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others. And he gets told how much of a hater he is." That was his follow-up tweet. He said, "This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case."
Yeah, I wouldn't have said, I don't, because I live in a world where I don't feel like I had to prove nothing to nobody. So I don't have to prove nothing to social media or nothing like that. She would have came home, we would have had a conversation. If she couldn't see eye to eye, if we couldn't, see eye to eye, she couldn't respect how I felt, then that just would have been the end of our relationship. For real. I'm not about to go back and forth with you. Like, if you can't come home and I show you this clip and you can't understand why I feel uncomfortable looking at this shit, then that's just not meant to be. You feel me?
Well, so here's the first thing first. He should have went and post it on the internet for
Agreed.
nobody to see.
I agree.
Second of all, it was not about the outfit. Don't diminish anybody because they are a mom to tell them they should dress a certain way.
Right.
It ain't like she had nipples out there. She was a stripper clothes and whatever. And if you are a stripper and you got nipples out, so be it. Like, I'm a grown woman, and because we're in a relationship, you don't have to tell me that what she wore was appropriate. It was a bodysuit, and she had a sheer cover up on top. Like, damn, I'll be more naked at the beach or something like that. And people say, "Oh, it's the beach," blah blah blah. You still see girls like those outfits are everywhere. So it's not like it was anything that was crazy. Well, he should have said if he wanted to tweet something to be like, "Damn, you was really all over Usher like that, and you shouldn't have been." It had nothing to do with the outfit. It has nothing to do with her being a mom. It had everything to do with her being in a relationship with you, and you thought it was inappropriate touch on her part to be, all up on Usher, arms around, pelvic,
no physical
thrusting
contact
forward, stuff like that. Right.
No physical contact.
Right. That's all I'm saying. Because when you look at, you have to check out Ryan Davis's clip. Brian Davis broke down, and I showed it to my husband because I got his opinion as well. I showed it to him. He broke it down. How he said Usher remained a professional. He was the man. Even when Kiki kind of came in a little bit forward, Usher turned a little bit somewhat. He kind of wasn't looking in her eyes when he was serenading her. He was kind of looking everywhere else, but looking in her eyes. So it was more so on Kiki. But in discussing it with my husband, he was like, he still looks at it as, yeah, Kiki's a relationship, but she's also an entertainer. That shit is entertaining. That's all it was.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He said if it was a regular person, it's like, okay, But yeah, she could have went a little too far with the touching of it. But, I'm probably still going to sing the song. I'm probably still going to like smile and put on a performance with Usher. But I probably wouldn't have crossed the touch zone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. That's the only thing. I definitely wouldn't have took it public. I don't believe in putting personal business or family business on social media. Y'all follow me on social media. I mainly just post my comedy shit and then workout shit. That's it. I don't really post much about that's going on in my personal life. So yeah, I don't agree with that. When she came home, I would have showed her the video. I'd have been like, "This is how I feel. I don't appreciate that. I would appreciate it if you didn't do anything like this again, please." And if she couldn't understand that, then that just would have been the end of our relationship. There's no need, you know what I'm saying? There's no need to continue on here. We're not married. We can co-parent. We can go on with our lives. You feel me? Ain't no need for a big fuss, altercation, or nothing like that. I'll pack my shit and leave. Simple as that. And it seems like that's what ended up happening anyway, because
right.
They don't.
Because after Twitter tore his ass up, he had deactivated his page, his Instagram page, and then once he activated his Instagram page again, he came back and everybody noticed that the pictures of Keke Palmer was deleted.
Y'all nosy for that shit too.
Yeah. Everything except for pictures of the baby. And also the people are saying they unfollow each other on Instagram, which is just, to me, it's just mad corny. I'm mad at you. I'm going to immediately unfollow you, but whatever.
Oh boy. If I had $1 for every girl that unfollowed or blocked me, let me tell you, boy, I'd be stacked up over here. I'm still blocked from years ago, bro. I'm blocked.
Ain't no unblocking. Unless you get blocked, ain't no unblocking.
I'm blocked from like 5 years ago, bro. And I'm like, I don't even really know what I did. You told me that we were.
We don't even remember. Why we still mad? But
I don't know, but
yeah, so that was the case. So I guess they are not together anymore because Keke has been having what it seems like a field day.
Her best life.
Afterwards, she would post the videos and she put a statement out there like, "I am a mother." I heard she was going to be selling some T-shirts and stuff.
That's corny too, but whatever. We live in a corny world, bro. We live in a super corny society.
Off of it, but I hope that Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, everybody else writing relationship. They really did, because it could have been worked out. It was at that point. It was first he could have just left it in if he messed up and said, "Your mother is the outfit." Okay,
he shouldn't have said nothing online.
Well, yeah, but he messed up. But then when you followed up with the additional tweet, and what's funny was the people were saying something about his brother. I forgot there was a comment, and it was like, well, his brother is his brother. Da, 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 da. They said something, and his brother was like, I ain't even do nothing, y'all. Like, how y'all drag me into this? he catches strays and shit.
Something like that happened at an open mic. They had this open mic the other day. This interracial couple. It was all right. So it's this interracial couple. The girl's black and the dude is white. And the dude did a Juneteenth joke about the girl. And then this following white comedian got up on stage and was like, such and such sure knows a lot about Juneteenth since he started dating her. And then the girl got on stage and was like, damn, I guess I caught a stray.
You don't even be doing nothing.
I don't be doing nothing, bro. And that's how the world is nowadays, bro. Like, if you can't get at the person, you just send strays to random people that don't.
But
that
it's
don't
crazy how people do that, though. It's like when I see that, I was like, that was a one tweet that I had to retweet. It was like, y'all are hell. Like, the internet is hell. Because what did the brother have to do with anything?
Right. I'm saying, bro. Like,
now you're bringing up his business. He had nothing to do with nothing. You know who his brother is, right?
No, I didn't even know who he was. I thought she was married to a white man.
No, not married.
First of all, I thought she was married, and I thought she was married to a white man.
She was dating a white guy prior to being in a relationship with him.
Okay.
So when it came out that Kiki was pregnant, I thought it was a white guy. And then it was like, no, it's this guy. Well, when the hell did y'all... Now, there was an interview clip that I saw of her. I can't remember the interview show that she was on. But she basically talked about how they met. And it was just kind of like she led with... he was fine. He was at this party. I seen him. He was there with his brother, and he was fine. I was like, oh, who is he? Da, 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 da. So it kind of led with lust. So in my opinion, when this shit happened, I was like, oh, no, this ain't going to work out.
So who is his brother?
His brother is an actor on Insecure. Insecure is on Netflix. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it, but I know Issa Rae. She's fine.
Okay, well, he's a light skinned guy that was messing with Molly. She is married, but he's the light skinned guy that was messing with Molly on the show. And I never finished the serise, and I just started watching it over again yesterday. I think you should check it out because it's funny and it's relatable, and I did enjoy it. But yeah, so his brother is the actor. But all that to say, and there was another clip that went viral of Steve Harvey. Where he had Keke Palmer on his show, and he was getting at her about he was putting her on with millionaires, billionaires, or whatever, and she needs to date somebody who's on her level. Now, Twitter went in on his brother, saying that he basically had no opinion because he and her,
Wait, is this an old clip of him and her?
What?
Is this an old clip of Steve Harvey and Keke?
Steve Harvey, yeah, when she was younger.
So they going on him now for some shit that he said.
No, basically they was trying to say Steve was trying to tell you should have listened to Steve. He was trying to tell you should have dated within your class, but you went with this brother here who was just a brother of an actor, but really not making no moves. And then she even hired him, I think, to work on like one of her shows or something like that. So here you are giving this brother some work to do in a job.
What's wrong
you should have just stuck with the you can't. According to Black Twitter,
your wife can't give you a job. God
no.
damn.
According to Black Twitter, Black women cannot date down or should not date down, should not marry down, but Black men can. So according to Black Twitter, so yeah, they had a field day basically telling that man, you can't tell her what to do because you ain't the man of the house, you ain't the breadwinner in the relationship. So they kind of went in on that. And then the clip of Steve Harvey telling her to date billionaires. And she's like, but Steve, I had. And they got different women. He's like, them ain't the ones I introduced you to. You went over there. I ain't tell you to date them ones over there. I told you to date these ones over here.
Well, he acting like he her father or some shit.
I don't know. She
nigga, you tell your daughter who to date. How about that? Tell your daughter who to date.
Oh, but they are. Because they are millionaires.
But she can't get the right one, obviously.
No, that ain't it. So I kind of allegedly, what I heard was a part of the reason Lori and what's his name?
Michael B.
Michael B. Jordan had broke up was because he was at the point where he wanted to propose to her, but he also wanted to talk about a prenup. And Mama Maldry was like, hell no. Like, if you were to, if he really loved you, he ain't talking about no prenup. Steve ain't talking about no prenup. So, and also I think she kind of overstepped a lot. And so, yeah, that was a part of the reason for the breakup. That's what I heard allegedly. So on to a new Millionaire, billionaire.
Suppose.
Because you don't want no prenup.
Suppose. Anything you
That's a
want to
lie.
plug before we get out of here?
No. Instagram, Twitter, itty bitty bitty. That's it.
All that. Like, share, subscribe. Let me get the date for my Sunday show.
All that.
30th, July 30th, Last Laugh Sundays, Portland. I'm there. Yeah, that's where I'll be at on the 30th. I don't have any other shows coming up, but you could catch me, on the open mic circuit. I'm gonna try to get on Helium Comedy Club out here, a pretty big comedy club. They have open mic on Tuesdays, but it's a random selection. They open the list up at 6, and I think they close it at like 6:30 or 7, and then they randomly pick the comedians from the list. I think they randomly pick like 20 comics from the list. So I'm gonna try to get on that joint this Tuesday. But yeah, that's it. Like, share, subscribe, follow, all of that. Until the next time, that's it. It's been real. Stay funny.
All right.